What's up, guys?
Hello and welcome to Four Horsemen O'Clock. Just waiting for Chris to unmute the audio.
Are we live? Are we live? Diego, are we live? Diego.
Your host, I'm George. This is Chris.
Diego, are we live? Gotta wait for Diego.
My dungeon synthesis is clogging up my feed.
You know what?
We're live.
This is an important Four Horsemen shipping update with Diego.
Diego. Hey! Shipping update. So, we are shipping out Frankensteins. We should be done with all of the orders from the first sale tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be done packing them, and then they have to get picked up and shipped out. So sometime tomorrow we're going to start with orders from the second drop. And those will probably go into next week and be done sometime around then. So that's where that's at.
Where's that?
And I will be on vacation next week.
Not allowed.
So no shipping updates and customer service responses may be a little less frequent, but
I don't agree with this.
But
did I give you permission?
Yeah. So yeah, that's that deal. That's all I'm gonna say. Back to you guys at the studio.
Wait, you're also at the studio.
Oh yeah, that's right. You are at the studio. Hi. Welcome back to us at the studio next to Diego at the studio. So now that George is here, we can get into the most important part of the show. Right, George?
How many days till your birthday? Are you seriously doing that on a day we have a guest?
You know what? Dave is going to partake in my birthday. So here we go. It is, I got to make sure I put this on the right thing. There you go. 148 days until my 49th birthday. The road to 50.
Can Dave hear us in the standby room?
Yeah, Dave can hear us, right, Dave?
Dave, nod your head.
Nod your head. I can't hear you, Dave, but he can hear us. All right, he's still alive.
This is something that happens every week, Dave.
Yes, but even better than that, Dave, is the road to 50, which I will be. I didn't refresh. See now, 513 days until I am 50 years old, overtaking George's road to 50 because that's why. Get your presents ready now. Okay. I'll be looking forward to it. Anything else, George?
Let's get our guests.
All right.
Here,
now we're going to talk to my daughters, and we're going to have. Wait. Okay. We are going to have. Let's see. If I do this, there he is.
What is up?
There's Dave. Dave.
Hi.
Congratulations, Dave.
I go stuff.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And that's the end of the show. Dave.
Hey, good seeing you guys.
Oh, you know what? It would help if I did that.
Did you mute him?
Yes, because I had to, because Diego's thing.
You've been muted the whole time. Every
No.
I'm muted.
I heard you. No, I heard you. You're right there. I heard you. Everyone heard you. Don't worry about it.
Just us that did that.
George is George is the special guest. Dave is muted, and shame on me. Dave, you are the special guest today, so you deserve this. George was already here. He totally threw me off my game. George is usually
the special or the guest.
Well, George. Oh, I see another special guest. It's Matt Stein. Hold on.
You're going to regret coming on this
Nothing
show.
Ever gets accomplished here.
You're going to immediately regret agreeing to come on
You
the
guys don't even know how the challenge has been accepted. Don't even know.
Like, you saying yes, you want to be on the show is probably one of the biggest mistakes you've made this year. I know you got a Kickstarter promote, but it's really not worth it. It's not worth it.
This year. Actually, maybe only this day. Maybe I don't regret a lot in life, George. I don't regret a lot. I've done some things. There's a closet. There might be skeletons in it. A lot of regret. But Chris, dude,
Yes.
we're almost the same birthday. I am February 28th.
Holy hot damn! We're gonna have a double celebration.
This
Oh,
makes a lot of sense why we're both the crazy people and we're like that close.
Back on the show.
there we go. So wait a minute, we got to change it now. So here we go. Let me see if I can. How can I do this? There we go. In 149 days, it will be your birthday. Congratulations! It will be a double countdown every week now until our birthday.
Yeah. I will be a nice round 42 also. So
42. I missed that number so much.
I know, man. It's a good year. It's the 2-year anniversary of my 40th, which is a great number. You know? I know. It is also 42 is a big anniversary year because it's my double legal drinking age. So
This is true.
21 and 21 is 42.
See,
So
drink for two people.
I'm going to drink now twice as much as I did before. You thought I aged horribly now? Wait until you see me when I'm 43.
No, I think at 42, when you double it, you have to quit. That's when you stop drinking.
Oh,
The double negative?
Yeah, you start at 21, you end at 42, and then that's it.
yeah.
Then you got to wait till you're 63 to pick back up.
Yeah. Then you can really get hammered.
Math is hard. Guys,
And regret it immediately.
math is hard. Yeah. I experiment with alcohol like one does. We're like, man, as you age, it affects you differently. So you're like, do I want to drink this? You drink a lot of the next day, you feel horrible. Like, I don't want to drink that one as much anymore. You know? Like, you try and drink this, you're like, what'd that even have in it? Then you wake up in jail. You're like, I'm definitely not gonna have that anymore. Then you find tequila isn't that bad. You know? Get a good buzz, wake up the next day, you don't hate yourself. It's like, cool, I'm going to stick with tequila for a little bit. So that's what happens as you get older and you find what makes you happy. Finally.
Is this the conversation we're meant to have? I think
This is totally perfect for our show.
I know. This is why I'm like, challenge accepted. I got you guys. I will
You know what, Dave?
What?
Let's talk about this instead. How about that?
This show is
All
never
right.
been on the rails, so I'm glad it's starting here.
There are no rails for us to be on. You are currently at 121, 458, 428 backers, 7 days to go. You got 1 week to go. So it'll end on, does it end on Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday at 10:31 a.m. Pacific time.
No.
So that's like 3:31 p.m. Eastern time. So it's
Wow.
almost 4.
Wow, math is hard, Dave. That was 6 hour difference.
It ends at
9?
It ends at
1:30.
131.
10 to 131. That's totally what I said. Obviously, you're
I heard it.
projecting bad math on me.
You know what? It's a bad connection. That's all it was.
Someone's gonna wait till like 3:31 Eastern time to just get in that last bit. It's over. What happened? They lied. So this is my toy line. That Chris Garwich, famous for podcasting.
It's not a podcast.
I heard
According
it
to
in the
George.
podcast. I heard it's been up for debate, just kind of like the existence of Bigfoot, chicken or the egg. Is this a podcast? It's the next great mystery of the world that we're gonna solve or argument. You know, it's like I feel like this being a podcast would be in a presidential debate. Some people are like, it is, it's not. Who are you gonna vote for? Depends on how you view about the podcast or not.
We do
Right?
have cats on the show.
Yeah, these are toys, and Chris is helping me with them. Chris is, I want to say my partner.
I wouldn't
say that.
I definitely
Yeah.
wouldn't say that.
Don't say that. Especially
No,
on-
he's not.
recorded.
Anyway, my partner. Oh, look, there's some horseman toys in that picture. I put a couple in there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Big old ice troll, and then there's a Pony of the Apocalypse in the back right corner. I forget what it is. The gold head guy. I'm in here.
Pony
but he's
of
like,
the Apocalypse.
That should be a figure we come out with.
I think there's even a picture of mine in there. Look at that.
Which one?
Is there
yeah,
a turtle?
yeah, little turtle with a shark head. Who did that?
Oh.
Try to make sure some Friends stuff was in there. There's a couple things that didn't quite make the cut because it was too repetitive color wise or not. I wanted this to be like a crazy, crazy, crazy photo that just like, oh, these fit with these things, these other crazy things. So if you like your Motu Tyrannosaurus Rex with Bucky O'Hare riding inside of him, you got it. You want web store photo bombing from the top with Disco Skeletor right underneath him, you got it. You want a food fighter taco guy, he's in there. You want a street shark with a Ninja Turtle little buddy on top of his head, you got it. You got a little bit of everything for just not leg articulations. The one thing everyone wants.
How much crap are you getting for that? How much shit are you getting for it?
A lot, but then I feel like every time I have to explain it, I kind of make 1 out of 10 people understand. And that to me is the most important thing, you know?
And then how much crap are you getting for the size, the scale of it?
Well, it's not as much. It's definitely price point because people just assume everything's made in mass and now, you know, everything's Playmates, Ninja Turtle, new, whatever. These should be $15, you know? But size is one a lot of people understand. Some people want them to be bigger. They're just 6-inch toy collectors. So they want them to be 6-inch or bigger. So yeah, I wanted these to be very much like retro, classic, but just updated, pushed, cool stuff. Ain't, you know? And then when I collect I have a lot of those toys, as you can see. That's my personal collection. I have a lot over here. Like whenever you get those old toys, one of the first things you do is like, is it complete? What's the like quality of the paint and scuffs? And then do they stand up? Like what are their leg stability like? And all those toys don't even need like Triclops and He-Man. Like why do any of them have leg articulation? So they can literally fit on a mechanical horse or in a mount or in a vehicle, you know?
Right.
Otherwise you're not like, look at the kick action on Triclops. You know, you just want, you want your
they move all wonky.
Yeah. And just like with Ninja Turtles, like, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I made Sting Cobra is because I love my scale tail, but because he has that weird tail leg thing, he just like leans at an angle and it has to be in that one specific thing. Otherwise he falls over. So I'm like,
right,
I'm going to battle this. I want these to survive every earthquake possible, you know? So they're sturdy. Legs don't move. They come with a base. So they're extra sturdy if you want the base. And yeah, fun swivel action. A lot of people want like elbow, knees, you know, stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. I like my classic toys. I don't need elbow. Like elbow joints are cool and all. They work for some stuff, but
actually,
I want these to be like updated Playmate-y things, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So everything will be swivel action. So you got neck, shoulder, waist, wrists, tail, and interchangeable. So everything can kind of pop and swap on there, right?
Yeah, not everything across every figure. Like I think you and I are still working out like, oh, Sting Cobra, his hand and his little pincer that swaps on him, but I don't think it'll work on like Shamu's hand. That's why we have the arm,
the whole arm.
Yeah, the whole arm swap, the whole head swaps. And then anything beyond that is a bonus. So Chris and I are not confirming anything until the factory proves it, but definitely at least the arms, the heads.
So we'll confirm it about 2 or 3 weeks before it ships from the factory, right?
Yeah, totally. And in 2026, you'll be 50 and I'll be 48. Yeah.
And hopefully this strike will be over.
Dude, that was a recent thing, right? Was that just recently, like last couple
yesterday.
days? What the heck, man? What the heck?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Let's see what happens. By the time this Kickstarter puts out, hopefully everything will be back to normal.
Puts out.
This Kickstarter.
Buy it a drink first. Jeez. Buy it some tequila first. Jeez. But yeah, this photo is fun because it's the ores of MONSTORS. Like the or this, like what we were just talking about. So and I know that's like a common thing with toy. Like I know all Mythic Legions are like you can change all the stuff, but this one I really want to push like into the branding.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, is that what the or is? Is that why they're MONSTORS?
Yeah. It's or. Didn't you watch the toy commercial, George?
No, I just backed it because you're my friend.
Dude, that's
Should
the
we watch-
worst. I never just back friends. Like the stuff.
Friends don't back friends on Kickstarter.
Yeah. If their stuff sucks, don't back them. They won't learn a thing.
Should we?
Yeah.
Should we watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of the commercial, but it was kind of long. I think that's why we didn't go through the whole thing.
I did watch it. I just don't remember the war part.
It's kind of long. It's like a whole minute.
What? Let me see. Hold on.
And play.
Play. Why are you not playing?
And
I
play.
sent you
Why?
the video, Chris. If you want, it's down. It's in that folder I sent you. If you want to.
Why are you not playing? What's wrong with Kickstarter?
What's wrong with you?
No, everything.
I'm sure it's not Kickstarter. And it's
It's
you.
look, play button, play.
Dude.
An epic new toy line of beastly buff brawler bros battling it out to see who will reign supreme. MONSTORS!
I'm Shamumu, the Oceanic Battle Boss. And I'm Sting Cobra, the venomous spike scoundrel.
Who will win this epic battle between the first two MONSTORS?
You're going down, Sting Cobra. Not a chance with that ugly mug.
MONSTORs come with interchangeable parts so you can create your very own MONSTOR. Like this. Or this. Or this. Or this. Don't just get one. The more MONSTORs you have, the more MONSTORs you can make. And every MONSTOR comes with their own little buddy. Oh, aren't they cute? But in the end, only one can reign supreme.
You haven't seen the last from me, Shamumu.
By land, sky, or sea, MONSTORs battle by the law of tooth and claw, as is the way of MONSTORs! Collect them all, each sold separately. New from iGo Stuff.
Got the stuff?
Good stuff.
my
Hell,
favorite part.
yeah.
Video that was up when the campaign first launched, right?
No,
went
you
up-
know why? Because the
went up
one that we
eight.
watched had his head in it. Remember?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's long. That's the talking, informative head, but that one's genius creative writing as well. It's hilarious. It's informative. It might make you cry. Camera doesn't have anything on me, you know. So there's that. But yeah, I've been trying to update. So the toy commercial I think went up like a day or two after the campaign launched because I wanted the launch campaign. It's my first Kickstarter. I did everything wrong, apparently. So I spent the next day and a half like, updating and fixing it. And then I think that Friday was when I launched the toy commercial. Then I tried to update the Kickstarter page to make that the playable thumbnail. And now, because we got funded yesterday, actually,
Yeah.
right before we got funded, I announced stretch goals, had this put in there, and then we got funding. So it's kind of crazy timing. So
talk about them stretch goals.
yeah, actually, I sent you an updated one, Chris, in the folder. 'Cause I haven't updated the Kickstarter page because I literally just got it. Like, where's the one? It looks like the same thing. Yeah, so there's all the things you can buy. There's the new stretch goal. Yeah,
There we go.
there we go. Nice. So we've done all the other cool stuff you can buy. You can buy regular Sting Cobra, regular Shamumu.
Yeah.
Then Nom Nom Bulltooth, which is like their unique head sculpt variants.
Yeah.
Then we got the color swap variants, which is, Sting Cobra and Shamumu colors. Sorry. And then, anyways, we have all those things. Then these are the new stretch goals. So we just unlocked last week the Keshi flesh tone variants just for George.
Yep.
Just in time for George to not want to support me anymore because
I will get all of them. I will get all of the flesh ones.
George is like, you know what, Dave? I love you. I know it's
I
last
get
week,
it
but
Friday.
I'm an idiot with money, so I can't support your
Just
project.
extend
Friday.
the Kickstarter.
You
Extend
can
it.
make the Kickstarter go past midnight when the bank account clears. Friday, I can get them.
Just
You're
sell
gonna
a
have a
couple
backer
toys
kit,
real
right?
quick. Sell a couple toys real quick. Just donate some blood, donate the other fluids you can donate, donate stuff.
Look,
We're not
ask these
doing
guys if I've been selling toys every day.
He needs
Yeah.
to buy a new appendix. He's got to put it back in.
Do you really need a new appendix, George, or is that just like a thing?
Oh no, I got it taken out on Friday the 13th.
Fun. Was that like known, or was it like, oh, I heard, oh, I'm dying, and you went in and you found out that's what it was?
I hurt and went in, and then they said we need to take that out before it explodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun. I've
Word
had
is he was sitting there in a meeting looking like complete garbage.
The bosses sent me home, and they were like, "You don't look good. You should probably leave."
Are you like, it probably looks like when you get food poisoning, like that's also like you look just immediately like you're dead, you know?
They
Yeah.
said, they said I was very white. They were like, "You're very white. You should probably go home."
You mean wider than normal.
Yeah.
right?
It was whiter than this.
Dang.
I do want all of the flesh versions, but you know what sucks is like the colored ones are so good that I want those too.
Yeah, it really sucks, man. You know that so good.
It sucks for my wallet, is what it sucks for.
You know what, George? It's like, so I actually, when I was talking with Chris about this early on, I really didn't want to be that guy. It's like, all right, here's my one figure, and here's like 80 different versions of it. And then it just feels like
Guess what?
just cuz. I call them just cuz variants. You know, I really want these to be like meaningful and cool looking. So Erwin Papa, who's the main designer on this stuff, he has great color, like theory, aesthetics, like an eye for that stuff. And, you know, talk with Chris and going from like this main ideas and paring it down. And there's like a kind of like a flow to things where it's like, oh, these characters are done this way, and then we did them this way, then we did them this way. So now the variants, we can kind of do the same thing with them. Like the color swap. So here's Bulltooth and Ven Nom Nom colors, and here's Ven Nom Nom and Bulltooth colors. It's like, yeah, so there's the main wave that's currently available. You know, so you got the standard versions, you got the unique character head, new paint versions. Then you got the color swaps, Shamumu. So you get Shamumu and Seen Cobra colors, and Seen Cobra and Shamumu colors. In case someone's like, man, I want Shamumu, but I want that claw arm to match. Boom, there you go. And then everyone loves glow in the dark. You know, it's like the hip new thing for the last 20 years. Everyone wants glow in the dark, everything. So this
Probably the last 40 years.
the last 60 years since. What was the first glow in the dark thing? Has anyone ever even researched this? Like, what was the first consumer product? We're like, we got to make this thing glow. So when you turn the lights off, you forget it exists. Then you're reminded.
Had to be a dildo of some sort. It's always a sex toy.
Someone's trying to hide like their dildo in their toy collection, and they turn the lights off, and it's like, there it is. You know?
Yeah, and then the translucent, which I like as well. I think it's always fun.
Chris forced that on me. He's like, you should do this. I'm like, it's a dumb idea. Then my buddy Tiago, he's one of the main sculptors. He did these renders in Keyshot. And I'm like, all right, I'm sold.
These renders are sick. The fact that that's not real.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Chris forced it on me. I didn't want to do it. And then Tiago proved it. And I was like, all right, those look cool. So we did it. And then they're like the little buddies, they all come in different colors. And so they get glow in the dark. They get color swaps. They get translucent. So it'll be fun, you know?
Yep.
Good old time.
Yep. And then, yeah, like I said, with the add-ons, and then got some more weapons, more color variants, more glow.
Yeah. And then free stuff. So when we hit $140,000, a lot of people, not everyone, will be qualified to get free knives. So
anyone who bids more or pledges more than $1.
More than $1? Yeah, probably more than $1.
Or up. Yeah, $2 or up, you get free knives.
All right, I'm changing it to 2.
Dang. Yeah, and then the head pack was one where I'm like, all right, what other colors haven't we done yet? So we haven't done Shamumu and Bulltooth colors and Bulltooth and Shamumu colors, or Ven Nom Nom and Seen Cobra colors and Seen Cobra and Ven Nom Nom colors.
You are just talking gibberish. It sounds like gibberish.
We know. There we go. Yeah, then we have the other like Ven Nom Nom Bulltooth, like in their glow and in their new clear, cool colors. We got purple Bulltooth and red Ven Nom Nom. I don't know if I sent those to you yet, Chris. This might be a surprise for you.
Probably a surprise. I didn't get a chance to load everything up, but
that's cool.
Some of these because I was trying to do it really quickly. It's so slow loading up into this Google spreadsheet thing.
You know, if you start before 4, it helps.
No promises.
Well, this 4.
I'll try harder next time.
So
we've been doing this 3 years. You've never tried harder.
When we have Dave on next week to repeat the show, I will be prepared.
Let's do it. Round 2. We'll do a marathon up until it ends the next morning. All right.
We'll see how many toys I can sell by next Wednesday, and I can give you an update of how much I'm going to back.
Yeah, like, here's $20. What will that get me? I'm like, here's your weapons pack, and
I'll get the $15 little buddy set.
I do actually have a question.
Diego has a question.
All right.
Come on, Diego, come at me, bro.
As someone who
wait. Okay.
All right. As someone who also backs Kickstarters and stuff,
Still muted.
He has to unmute himself. That's why.
Unmute yourself.
I can hear him.
We're professional.
There we go. as someone who's backed toy Kickstarters before, is there any chance that once you have all your unlocks, you have one option that's like an all-in for everything?
And that's something I was gonna look at adding. So to make it
Go. What?
No, nobody can because Chris muted it.
It's because this thing. Go ahead, Dave. Start again.
No, it's cool. It was so what I was thinking about this yesterday. I was walking the dog. So I'm like, I'm doing all these stretch goal unlock things. So I didn't know if I should preemptively prepare one that has everything. I mean, like so right now the max stretch goal is 160,000. I might plan like 180 to 200,000. So I'm gonna keep thinking about that as we get closer and closer, and maybe the last day update it. But for the all-in gold, which is everything before the stretch goals, I was gonna keep that as is. And I was gonna do all in everything bonus, and bonus 1 would be like here's the first 2 stretch goals. Bonus 2 would be the net, like up until like the final stretch goal. So if you got all in gold and then all in bonus 3 or 4, whatever you get to, that would be everything. You know what I mean?
So the word all in is meaningless to you, basically, is what you're saying.
You know what? It's all in to a point.
Sort of in.
You know, it's just the tip of it. You know, it's like the sword tip is what I meant.
That's the tip you were talking about, of course.
Yeah. Not like the axe or a shield. Those don't have tips, really.
That's the thing about like Kickstarters that drives me nuts is sometimes I just want to. I just want to get like sometimes I just want to get everything. Like just give me a simple way for me to buy all the things you offered without me clicking a million options.
I don't want to figure it out. Yeah.
No, totally. That's why with gold, that was my goal with gold. Like gold is like literally everything up until stretch goals. Now I'm like racking my head around like, cool, how do I do I just make it all right? Beyond gold is platinum, and then beyond platinum is, you know, space rock, and beyond space rock is unobtainium, then beyond is adamantium. Like that's right. I want to make it simple too, Diego. So I'm so rack my head. So there probably will be one that's like literally here's the $1,200. It's like literally every version of every single thing. If we get up to like, you know, 5, I mean, I don't know. So I have to like really stress on the next few days as things happen and maybe as things get unlocked or whatever. How do I do that? So I want to make it as easy as possible, because that's why even with like these all-in bundles, I want to make it easy. It's like all-in standard is just the main characters. Then all-in bronze is like, oh, we're adding in the color shops. And all-in silver is adding in glow. Then all-in gold is now you get the Kickstarter exclusives. I wanted to make it like very visually like easy to understand. Not like I'm confused by this, you know? And even in the descriptions, I try to make it as dumb-proof as possible without being like, all right, you get one toy or you get 80 toys. You know, it's like
what for like $1.25.
Half a Keshi, buddy.
You get my eternal thanks, George.
Okay,
you'll be added to my Google Doc list of people I have eternal thanks for, and you'll be one of the many in there.
Does he still get the high five?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
It's a digital high five, though. Says
digital high five. All right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Diego,
thank you. Diego. Sorry, Diego. Why did I say Diego? Because David Igo, Diego, Diego.
If we were MONSTORS and you took our parts and mixed them up, that's who you'd get.
Then you'd be bleeding all over the place.
Or are you a Dragon Ball Z guy at all?
Yeah.
Oh! Dude.
I don't know what's happening.
That's all right. That moment was for me and Dave.
And we also guessed the correct side. Usually, my face. Oh, it's wait. Oh, it's up. Oh, we're gonna do it up. We do the angles. You know. But yeah, my goal is make this dumb and simple and easy as possible. So I want to, as we get to stretch goals, it's gonna be like, all right. This stuff's now included. Here's all in gold plus bonus 1. All in gold. Bleh. Sausage King tier. I like that. I'm gonna keep that.
The Sausage King tier is $1 pledge.
$1.25.
$1.25.
I'm gonna make a pledge just for George. It says cheap bastard $1. It's gonna it'll have to be $2. I don't think I can make a $1 thing because it's already there. Maybe I gotta look into it. This is my first Kickstarter. I didn't know Diego, when I launched it, I thought I was gonna launch at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. So I woke up 6:30 a.m. the day, 7:30 the day before. Hit the like button. So I get back to work. So Monday, I was like, I'm gonna wake up at 7:30. I worked until 4:30 that morning. I'm like, oh, I'm still not ready. I took a 2-hour nap, woke up at 6:30, still not done by 9, launched at 10:30. I'm like, I think I did it. I launched and my dogs were losing their minds. So I walked them and then I come back and hit refresh and everyone's like, you did it wrong. And I'm like, shit. So I thought you just upload the tiers, but you have to upload the items and then you add them to reward. And then the middle campaign thing, you have to do everything 3 freaking times. It was insane. So I spent the next 2.5 hours.
Launch, you have to get it all approved, pre-approved from Kickstarter too. So you don't even know that, and then you go to launch, and it's not. It's like, oh,
gotta wait a week.
3 days.
Dude. Yeah. So when we did the pre-launch page, we got denied within seconds. We submitted it. 3 seconds later, kickback denied, and we're like, why were we denied? We had a really good, just everything, and so it took a week. So and that happened right as I was going to Comic-Con. So I was at Comic-Con stressing out, they denied me, and apparently you only have 1 or 2 attempts to convince him, otherwise it gets locked forever. Some crazy weird thing when you accidentally try your password 80 million times and you get locked out. It was like that before Kickstarter. I was worried I would never be able to do. I go to worst case scenario in my head with everything.
Did they say why you were denied? What was the?
No, so we figured out it was either they thought because it was new, and then under my new account, I haven't backed anything before. I've only backed through my personal, and then there wasn't enough pictures or information for stuff. I put in because it's just, to me, it was hey, this is just the pre-launch page. I just need MONSTORS are coming. Here's a little blurb about them, and then that's it. But they wanted a lot more apparently. So
okay. They want to see what exactly you're doing and selling.
Yeah.
Is it real?
Yeah. Are you a real boy?
Because one of the things is they don't want you to be using digital images. It needs to be real item products and things like that.
Because people don't do that ever.
Never.
They never. Even I thought I came really prepared. I had painted work in progress prototypes for the first few, then everything else was digital or whatever. Because it's just there's no. How'd you do it, Chris? You had a ton of physical stuff for yours, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's
cool. Yeah. Anyway,
so I'm guessing no.
No, I did. It was a huge.
Feels like no.
It was a huge pain in the ass, and I hate Kickstarter.
I love Kickstarter.
In case the algorithm
listening, my Kickstarter's over and done. I don't care.
You're gonna do
everything.
I'll do backer kit next time.
No way.
I
love Kickstarter.
That's the next thing I don't even know what a backer kit thing is. That's the next part of my journey. Apparently, is because watching David Silva's last Kickstarter. Now he's doing a backer kit campaign for his
the woolly mammoth.
I'm
that one's a weird one. Yeah, that one's strange.
If you sign up for the backer kit before your campaign's over, it's a discount on the percentage they take. So look into it before your campaign ends.
I was gonna say, just do it now. Get it ASAP.
I don't know what you just said, but I'll ask you again after the show. Ask
backer kit. Sign up.
Backer.
Oh yeah. So here's something that we had to figure out. We were typing everything into the Kickstarter, and it was you got way too many words. We're cutting you off. And it was what? So you had to basically put it all into images, all the details and descriptions, and a lot of it was in image, so that it didn't take up all the allotted word space. It was so stupid.
That's weird because I have a lot of words.
I was right there.
It was Jeremy who
I know, that's why I said it.
Jeremy, I have a lot of words on mine, so I'm shocked. And I'm a wordy, my emails are not short.
What?
Yeah.
I have never seen.
I believe that because you never check your email.
Oh, hey! Oh, that's it. Get out of here. Yeah, get out of here. Boom.
Joke's on you. They can still hear me.
Boom. Back on.
Yeah, George, when was the last time you did a Kickstarter? It was years ago, wasn't it?
probably 2016. I think was probably the last one, or somewhere around there, maybe.
Was it these guys?
No, I didn't. That wasn't my Kickstarter. But those were later. But that wasn't my Kickstarter.
Gotcha.
I think the last thing I may have done may have been the Toy Break coin. I think at the end of Toy Break. So it's been a long time.
rock
Have
and
you
roll.
thought about doing another one? Or you're like, man, I'm itching to get back into having no life and losing money and being poor but having toys?
I know somebody who could help him.
I would never accept your help.
Damn, I got all these Kickstarters under my belt.
I have plenty of Kickstarters under my belt.
You're so old and long ago. It's different now.
You're like old man Kickstarter over there.
Back in my day, Kickstarter, you had one tier. I support you.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 2011 or
You had to do it all through DOS. You had to like,
maybe 2011. I don't know. It was old. It was a long time ago. 2010.
And it was on dial-up, so it took a long time to pledge. Come on, go through. Just go through. I don't know.
Dude, every time I'm on another live stream and I'd say, yeah, Chris Garwich, and I don't know if I'm even saying your name right. Is it Garwich?
Doesn't matter.
There's no right way.
There's no right way.
Chris
And
Garbage.
then Chris Garbage. And then every time I talk about that, a lot of comments blow up like, this makes sense. Or you mix that crazy and that crazy. They're like, how do you guys? Yeah. I give Chris a run for his money, but he still will make me look like the shy person in the room sometimes. And I am the extrovert, it's crazy. Diego, how do you deal with him? Are you okay? Are you more of an introvert? Or are you like
He's down the hall away from me.
I'm far enough away from him.
Diego made his office as far away in the building as possible. That's how he deals with it.
Well, I practice because we worked together at a different company, so I had I got primed. Like
company that shall not be named.
That guy.
You're like, but I got away from him.
We all have
Right.
companies we don't want named in our past. Believe me.
McFarlane?
No, I like McFarlane. My history there was fine. My history of McFarlane is what led me here. I'm proud
Oh,
of it.
I know what you want. October Toys.
That's the one.
Sorry to bring that one up. I know you're young and needed the money.
Love my October Toys days.
The key to dealing with Chris is just accepting it. You know it's inevitable. You just
There's a lot of inward sighing.
yes,
Like
a lot of
Outward sign. How about inward?
It's a lot of,
Really?
really?
All right.
Yeah, you hear that around a lot. You'll hear whistling, and then you'll hear.
Whistler? That's the worst. Yeah, Whistler's pretty
Guilty.
bad.
I mean, does it surprise you that Chris is a whistler?
I would take someone who can't control their farts and has a fart stink over a whistler. I don't know why. I feel like we could deal with snakes more than whistlers. I feel like yeah.
Listen. I have music in my soul, okay? It has to come out.
He's a
Can we kill your soul? Is there any way we can-
Now, in response to Joe, have Joe's work. No, you know what? I'm not gonna. I'll leave that one alone. I'll say it on the side later.
Yeah,
You know where it's going anyway.
Whatever you're
So.
going to say, don't say it. I don't even know what you're going to say, but don't say it. Let's talk about this for a second. After MONSTORS, don't forget, go pledge for MONSTORS. You got a week and a half left.
Oh no!
I have a week and a half. You got
A week and a
7
day.
days. Don't
Yeah.
say week and a half, George.
All right, you got a week left.
You're gonna
pledge for
mess it
MONSTORS.
up. They're gonna show up in a week and a half. Like, cool, you said week and a half. I'll show up on Saturday.
Because who ends it in the middle of the week?
Because who ends on a Thursday? Today's a Friday.
Thursday morning at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time.
So go pledge for MONSTORS.
It
Don't forget.
sucks that Kickstarter doesn't let you extend it a little bit.
Yeah.
UCB.
You asked for it.
No, but
We
like,
listened.
if it was like a day, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna add a day.
I think you can.
Can you?
I'm not
Add
sure
it,
you
would you?
can when it's launched. I don't know if you can win, but I don't want to. I just want to go for it's like
You know what? Give me access to the Kickstarter. I'm gonna
Do not
I'm
give
gonna,
him
I'm gonna
access
extend
to
it right
anything.
now, live on the air. I swear I will not delete everything.
So George can pledge Friday after he gets paid. That's why we're gonna risk everything.
Risk the
George-
whole thing for my $40.
And pledge. Yeah, dude. Can you hear my lawnmower?
No.
Okay, good. I was worried. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Wednesday. The landscapers come today, like right at this time. Perfect.
I was a little worried because I thought maybe you left the lawnmower on outside, and that's why you were
Yeah.
asking.
No, it's run by AI. I heard AI is great, nothing to worry about, and there's a new app called Mow My Lawn. So I'm using it. We'll see what happens. It's like a Roomba, but with blades. What could go wrong?
But see, unfortunately, the only way to call it is by whistling.
Ooh.
Sorry.
No, but if you whistle incorrectly, then you trigger the thing that turns into chopping mall.
Oh God.
So tell me a little bit about these toys, Dave. I heard you mention Irwin Papa. I heard you mention a different sculptor. Did you what part of the IGO stuff are you in this?
I am just the boss. I yell at people. No, but just like, you do this. But so MONSTORS originally was supposed to be like the company name, and then when I was thinking of like the toys, like the Shamu Moonstein Cobra talking about with Irwin, I realized that was the brand and the IP. Like that's like not the company. So I was struggling to come up with like an LLC fast enough, so I just made IGO stuff as a joke, and then I figured I could change it later to like Kabam Toys or something. I didn't know what it was going to be. So MONSTORS started to evolve. And then IGO stuff was just sitting there. Then when I had these Kaiju Doom figures, which is like my own original, like Kaiju meets Devilman. It's like Godzilla meets Devilman IP that are Scooby toys I'm getting produced through Acro. I have them right here. So I know, but yeah, so this is
Awesome.
inspired by a certain giant lizard. I mean, not Godzilla, because Godzilla was inspired by 30,000 Leagues or whatever, the Ray Harryhausen movie with a giant lizard in it. So this was,
that's the Geico Gecko.
Yeah. So this is, so I was working with this artist, Paul Komoda. George, you know Paul's work, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Diego and Chris, if you guys know, but Diego, you're a kaiju guy, or yeah, sweet. So basically, I was working with Paul on these little minifigures. These were I commissioned him to design and sculpt little like Keshi inspired.
Cool.
Gilman was the first one. This was done in Super Sculpey too.
What?
Yeah,
That's insane.
Yeah,
And that's George.
Paul's crazy. So he did this first for me, and this is actually before MONSTORS.
That's cool as hell.
They did this Cthulhu guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
This is
I know you
Wow.
sculpt. So how come you're not sculpting any of this stuff?
so I work on the MONSTORS and ZBrush. So like the sculptor works on it, sends me the file. I'll work on a bit, send it back. Like I'm working on 2 new variants, new variant sculpted heads. And I did the rough design sculpts for those. I'm going to give them to my buddy, and he's going to like tighten them up, push the expression, give them details and all that stuff. So, so I do work on them, but just like this, the little Gilman guy, I commissioned Paul when I was still at Sideshow. I had a job. COVID didn't happen. I was okay financially. I'm like, hey, Paul, how much would it cost to get you to design and sculpt this little Gilman Keshi for me? He's like, oh, this much. I'm like, cool. So I just wanted it for me. And then Cthulhu, then I did this little crab guy. Make it a nice number 3 because I don't like the number 2. So I'm like,
Whoa. That's cool.
so just to kind of keep in the Aqua thing, because it's like Gilman, then a Cthulhu, then this guy. So I'm like, that's a good little 3-hit combo.
Bring it down.
So
Reach it.
I had those, and then I was working with Paul. So then MONSTORS started. So originally these guys were called like Monster Minis, just because it was the company. But then I'm like, as I realized, like MONSTORS, Shamu, and Moonstein Cobra, like this is like Ninja Turtles or He-Man. This isn't like Nintendo or Mattel. I was rethinking the little guys. Then Paul, wave 2 of these guys are supposed to be kaiju inspired. I'm like, Paul, what do you want to do for wave 2? Do you want to do like a vampire or werewolf to continue Gilman, or do you want to do something totally different? He's like, let's do something totally different. I'm like, all right, dinosaurs or kaijus? He's like, let's do kaijus. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do small kaijus. What an oxymoron that is, but how do you make them like visually like instantly recognizable that they're kaijus. I'm like, well, let's lean on some kaiju trope. Let's go for like a giant lizard. Let's go for a turtle guy. So this is the first one we designed and sculpted.
Whoa.
And then I wanted the spiked turtle shell to be demon facing.
Of course, why not?
That's super double.
Oh. So Paul designed these things with the intention of them being this big. That's why they have like the big hands and big feet, big heads. And so the deal I worked out with Paul was, hey, I'll pay you for these, and it's just me.
Just you.
You got all freaked out.
So much room for activities now.
I didn't even realize I could do that, so go for it.
Yeah, so I have 2 of these guys. I'm all wrong. Hello. These are my Doom figures. Brought to you by Igo Stuff. Got the stuff. I was telling Paul, like, hey, I'll teach you ZBrush on these things, because he did the other guys and he did these guys. Oh, now that I'm big, I'll show you.
Big and
Yeah, I'm big. I'm so big. I'm like, let's do these guys digitally, because the designs for the Kaiju Doom figures were like more insane than these guys. So I'm like, dude, I don't want you to kill yourself sculpting those guys in Super Sculpey. So I'll teach you ZBrush on them. So I tell him ZBrush, and as he was sending me renders, I'm like, dude, these are too cool to only make this small. Let's make them big. So I 3D printed them about this size just for fun. And that's when I had, hold me closer, tiny. Baby, oh, cool baby. You know? But so this is DesignerCon like 2021. So I had Shamumu and Sting Cobra there. And then I had little mini MONSTORS. And I had these random kaiju guys that were this big. I'm like, yeah, this isn't that's when I realized like Igo Stuff needs to be the company. MONSTOR, like Igo Stuff is my Nintendo, MONSTORS is my Mario Brothers, and then Kaiju Doom was going to be my Zelda. So I came up with the name Kaiju Doom just to have it, because it's like, it was a kaiju. And then when Paul and I originally, before he started sculpting him, before he designed him, we were like, how do we make these different? How to make them unique? And so Paul and I just took a week off. I mean, we were just busy. So it was like in the back of our head. And then Paul on Instagram posted a picture of one of his Devilman toys, or like his collection. I'm like, dude, demon kaijus. No one's done demon kaijus. We should do demon kaijus. So then I'm like, cool. I want a turtle guy, Cyclops thing. I want like a lizard demon. And he put the the face on his chest, which is very common with like, Devilman and Berserk kind of stuff. So that became its own thing. So Monster is his own thing. Kaiju Doom is his own thing. At that designer kind of had just the 3D prints of these things there, and they're spiky and crazy. And everyone came up and was like, how are you going to make these? I'm like, I don't know. I just wanted to 3D print them. And they're like, no one can produce these. No one can produce these. Then James Groman came by, was like, what are these things? I'm like, this thing I worked on with Paul. And he's like, these have to get made. I want to put you in touch with all these companies. So he put me in touch with like a couple of the Japanese companies he works with. And 2 of them were like, yeah, we don't know what to do. We don't know how to make them. Like, they look like production impossible. And then Paul, who worked previously with Acro, Kaz is the owner of this company called Acro. He's known for doing spiky Sofubi stuff. So he's like, I can make those. I want to make those. So that was my first licensing deal ever for an original Igo Stuff IP. So he produced them and and that was last year is my signed deal with that. Then earlier this year is when they shipped. So I went to Monsterpalooza with my first product I could actually sell that wasn't just like resin castings that my buddy do, which is like the little mini dudes. Yeah. So it felt cool that they have like actual product, like in like boxes with shipper boxes, my logo on. I'm like, what is this? So this year was shipping my first product, and then MONSTORS. Now it's successful Kickstarter, baby. So yeah, it's a good year. It's great. And so next year, hopefully, we'll be shipping MONSTORS, and Wave 2 will be going up on Kickstarter. So I sent Chris like an image with all this concept character art, because I want people to know like it's not just these characters. There's a whole freaking world plan. Yeah, there we go. Look at those beautiful images by Erwin Papa, Aiden Casserly, Tom Kizavat, and Christopher Flork.
Whoa.
Those are a lot of names you just said.
I love my team. My team's awesome. So yeah, that shows like Shaman Moose, Sting Cobra, then their variants. Then wave 2 would probably be Woolly Mammoth, Berserker, and Bone Picker. Berserker seems like a favorite of a lot of people's. And then Bone
That's a great
Picker.
name.
Russ, can you get rid of us on the bottom so you can see the whole image?
Oh yeah. Hold on one second.
Or
Yeah, there's some good ones down there. And some, in case you didn't notice, they all have amazing names. Like they're all genius, punny, silly. I want this line to be fun. When people look at the visuals, they're fun. The colors are fun. The designs are fun. And then the name should be fun. You know, I want
Stankog?
yeah, Stankog is a warthog skunk pirate. He's a real short too.
Let me try something to see if I can zoom in on this because it's not conducive to zooming. I don't know if
It's car, bro.
Escar bro, baby. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. That worked, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. So you can let me see if I can do this.
You full screen it before you could see everything pretty well.
But this close?
Not that close.
Well, yeah.
Berserker is
Yeah,
that's a great name.
I like
That's awesome.
how many heads is he got? A stomach head and two upper
Yeah.
heads.
So the
and
two
spliced together.
the two smaller heads would be the ones that swivel and swap with other characters. So
Yeah.
he's gonna be a bigger character. He'll probably be like, you know, if the other characters are $55, he might be like a $65 character. He's supposed to be like a big Tasmanian devil of this world, a bear made of bears. You know,
Would he be taller or like same
I know,
size?
he's got like the
Yeah.
he'd be taller. Yeah, he'd be like not insane taller. Like if they're like 5 inches top of head, bottom of foot, he'll be like 6 inches or something.
Got it. Okay.
So, yeah. Well, and then Bone Picker, he's the first one that kind of like breaks the mold. He's the only not buff brawler bro. So he's like the dark sorcerer wizard guy. And so the two dinosaur bone guys you'll see in a minute, they're like his Bebop and Rocksteady muscle. But Escar Bro is a snail lamprey, and his working. So this is one thing I love is like, it's not like, oh, these are all my ideas and I'm a genius. There is a little bit of that, but there's a lot of start with an idea. It could start with like, I just want a snail lamprey guy. Actually, I wanted a snail character with sucker hands like Leech. And I'm like, oh, instead of Leech, what if he had like these sharp teeth like a lamprey? So he has lamprey hands, lamprey mouth, and his tail will also have a lamprey end, so you can't tell which side his head is. You know? a lot of lamprey action. And, so his name was just Snail Bro, and it wasn't like a final name. I just didn't know what to call him, so Snail Bro. And then my wife's best friend, Mandy, who goes with me to all these conventions. George, you've met her. She's the redhead girl that's with me at PowerCon and stuff. But she came up with the name Escar Bro. So that was like her name after the visual kind of stuff. And some characters we come up with like the name first, visual second. Like Woolly Mammoth was my cousin's idea. He saw all the other ones. He's like, dude, what about Woolly Mammoth? It could be a Woolly Mammoth ram. I'm like, I love it. And I took it. Like, and then the design came after that. So that was another great example of like sometimes the character idea first, name second, sometimes name first, character second. Stankhog. He's gone through a couple evolutions. He's a great one. I want him to be the disgusting one, like the garbage pail kid, Madball.
You get Groman to design that one.
Yeah, that'd be totally fun. And then Chompbeak and Thudhorn are like the Bebop and Rocksteady Bone Picker. So the idea is basically Bone Picker's in this evil volcanic lair, and then he finds this giant pile of dinosaur bones. He just puts them together wrong, like how. So like they'll have femurs for shoulders. You know what I mean? Like this So I want them to be fun, and then they definitely channel like the glow in the dark. They're glow in the dark characters. They're like supposed to be like scare glow ish. You know what I mean? But dinosaurs and buffer, and they'll have cool weapons too. These are work in progress designs.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I want to, and then Win Fang is the like my elven warrior kind of looking one of this world. It's a snow leopard meets white tiger. So I want to kind of channel a little bit more of that traditional, like Lord of the Rings type fantasy cleaner look. So, and he's very noble and by the rule, kind of like a Brienne of Tarth, kind of like so by the book in kind of a dumb way, like I don't know, Game of Thrones reference, but like that's Win Fang, and he'll be cool. And then
one more row, right?
Yeah, one of my favorites is Hammerclaw.
Hammerclaw.
I wanted a hammerhead shark with a claw arm. Instead of going Sting Cobra as a scorpion, you know, I'm going with a lobster. She's gonna have like a scalloped tail, like a lobster tail, and it'll be like a nice, awesome red color. So Hammer Claw.
Stop, Hammerclaw.
Yeah, Hammer Tom. And so this name I came up with like 3 days ago. His name was a work in progress. I didn't know what it was going to be, but as soon as I knew I want to post this update to the Kickstarter, I'm like, I have to come up with a name for him. So I spent 30 minutes doing different things with hippopotamus, hippo, rhino, and then eponymous Rhine rose to the top like the golden child sent to us from God himself, and best name ever, right?
That is a great name.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
It's crazy that like the name came afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, you'd think that you came up with that name first and then designed the character.
No, I wanted a rhino character. I wanted a hippo character. I kept trying to figure out what to mix those with, and eventually I'm like, dude, I'm mixing them together.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not wasting this opportunity just because to me the rules are just because I use a rhino here doesn't mean I won't use a rhino or another way. So I'm like, dude, screw it. Upon like his name, I forgot what his original work in progress name was, but I just knew I wanted a hippo rhino. And then Crash Tuskhorn was like a name. Because Crash apparently is like a bunch of rhinos or hippos, kind of like a murder of crows. That's what Crash is. But then I'm like, it just isn't working for me. So I just eponymous Rhine came up and I was like, yes. And then Crocodillo, I knew I just wanted a crocodile and I wanted to roll up into a ball of spikes. So I'm like, armadillos do that. And I love Wheel Gator from Mega Man X2. I don't know if you guys play video games, but Crocodillo was born out of that.
Wonderful.
And then Bug Boss is going to be, he's another one that kind of breaks the mold, where instead of him being like a clean 2-animal hybrid, he's like a mutated mess of bugs. So think like End of Akira, Tetsuo, you know, but bugs.
That's cool.
Yeah. Cool. Like, yeah, he'll be fun. He'll be like creepy crawler again, kind of. I feel like with these two, I try to hit like what are really visually appealing, popular animals, and then what are also popular themes within toys. And so to me, bugs always come up, you know, and like insects. I'm like, I really want to find a way to do them right in this line, then do them a little bit differently. So in the story, all these characters are just evolved like 2 to 3 animal hybrids, but a lot of the bugs in this world live in this place that's kind of infected, and then they've all mutated. So they're just like a mess of things. So
Right. Dave, all I have to say is one thing. Don't forget about undercuts.
Yeah. What are undercuts?
Yeah. Don't maybe start changing all your designs.
I've been pretty good. I feel like I knew doing Shaman with Sting Cobra, I knew there was going to be some things to like backfill and figure out. But I felt like they're pretty friendly to like not like, what are you doing with this? So, you know, like with these characters too, like want the concept to go for it, and then in sculpt make sense. Like even if you look at Irwin's Shamumu design, that anchor is bigger than he is. And in the toy, it's not, because I'm like, I don't want like my toy to be this big and the anchor to be like bigger than like the whole figure. So I love Irwin. I'd much rather have him like push to an 11 and then I'd pull it back a little bit and sculpt rather than just like, no, design it exactly like this. You know, that's one great thing about me knowing ZBrush is I can see what Irwin's going for. I can look at what we've done and I know how to like tweak it. I can work with other sculptors, like art direct them a little more hands-on and make it have that consistency, you know? So not a production nightmare. Because Chris, I don't care about you that much. I care about the toys being good though. So
and so you should. That should be the priority. F Chris, good toys.
That's right. If you F me, you get good toys.
No, that's not
George knows all too well.
not what I meant.
Diego, do you have a favorite in that batch, Diego? Or
Oh man, in that
Diego, I'm gonna grab your figure so you can show it.
Oh, okay. Well, wait, hold on.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah, I'll get it.
You gotta see this thing that Diego got at New York or at Clutter, 5 points.
I want to go to that show. I need to, maybe next year I'll try to go because it's like these feel like they're totally.
I think you're gonna.
Might get some ideas. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I love that one. Chris
Hold
set them like Last Bastion. They produced that, right?
This is what was the name of the company?
Is it on the foot?
Last Bastion, I think, isn't it?
Maybe.
Oh, it is. That's that logo right there. Yeah.
Last Bastion. Yeah, my buddy Chris produced that. I forget the artist's name. I think he's like the guys from Mississippi, or I think
They're from Louisiana. They're from right down by the bayou.
Yeah.
Louisiana. So that's
Boys or something like that.
It was Tolzek or something like that, or Tolzar Toys, I think.
so yeah. I think that's the artist, and I think Chris and his Last Bastion Studios produced it. Yeah, I love that thing.
Yeah, Tolzar Toys.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I picked this up at 5 Points Fest. It's just like it was calling my name.
Diego.
I passed by it, and then like it was the piece that like throughout the whole day of the con, I was like, oh man, let me see if it's still there, and it was still there. And by the end, I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy it.
Gimme.
And that's Safubi, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's vinyl.
Sweet.
But it's like all different, like, well, actually, these horns are. Some of the horns are like you pop in, or you can pop in. They're separate pieces,
Yeah.
so it's not all.
Yeah, it's a crazy piece.
Yeah.
So hammer claws, like are you more of like a crustacean claw person?
Yeah, Hammer Claw is dope. That one I was like had a visceral reaction when I saw it. I was like, that's awesome. Because it's like, it's like this meets Street Sharks. Like that's awesome.
Totally. Street Sharks. I don't know what you're talking. And this is the classic. This isn't that elbow joints, knee joint garbage. Great. These are the originals. Got the original, bro. And I got some other garbage here. Like, what is this dumb thing? What's this from?
Never heard of it. I had to get rid of my giant one when I moved.
Aw, that sucks.
I left it behind at the shop I used to work at because one of the guys wanted to paint it. And then, like, after I was here for about a month, the old boss called, and he was like, hey, do you want that thing? Because it's just taking up room. And I was like, you can get rid of it.
How big is it?
It was like
this big.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What shop was that, George? What shop?
I was at Film Illusions.
I would have gone and got it. I love that thing.
Yeah, I was like, what can I do? Like, I didn't know what to do. Like,
who can I pawn this off on?
You could have sold it and had some money, and then help back my Kickstarter. You
Womp womp.
George, in those selects, did you have like a favorite or two that you're like, oh, these are the two you got to do, Dave? And anyone in chat, I don't know who's watching. Sorry, I feel like I'm ignoring. Anyone in chat's like, dude, Spankog. George, what'd you like?
Stankog, definitely, just for the name alone. Just because I like saying it. But as soon as Chris puts the picture back up, let me
there we go.
let me look again.
The bone guys are cool too.
Yeah, like I'm a huge skeleton guy, so like I think the two skeleton dudes for sure. Stop zooming in.
Oh, I don't know how. I don't know. Your vision is not the best. I'm sorry.
Zoom out one. All right, there we go. What's that guy's name? Go down under Stankog.
Okay, I thought you couldn't read it. Hammerclaw.
Yeah.
Hammerclaw. How can you forget? He's a hammerhead. And he's got a claw. It's Hammerclaw.
Hammerclaw.
Like I love the look of Hammerclaw, and I actually really like the look of Crocodillo. But the name of Stankog is like it sells me. Like
so, these were designed by my buddy Christopher Flork. These ones were more black and white ones. He helped me kind of like really blow this up, like Epotamus, Ryan, Crocodillo, Bug Boss. These are all Christopher Flork. In case you guys like the art, he's amazing. His art, like his Instagrams, is full of. He does redesigns of characters are like insane. He did the Goblin King, like a David Bowie from Labyrinth. It's like one of my favorite illustrations ever.
What's his Instagram handle?
What's that?
Let me check. Because I love Erwin Papa. He gets a ton of love, and everyone already knows who he is. But I like I love giving a shout out to Flork. I think it might be, the Flork.
How do you spell Flork?
Flork, like fork with an L.
Just like it sounds. All right.
Yep.
The Flork.
Yeah. Like check that. Like, dude. Look at that.
Arch Art follows the Flork.
Sounds like he needs to get back to work.
Look at that guy.
And my suggested
Morton Joe, man. He did I have this on metal printed in my living room. I love it.
Yeah, this stuff is cool.
He's really good. So he designed the little buddies. He designed the little starfish and camel spider for this line. They did a bunch of these characters. So him and Irwin did like the most work. Then Tom Kizavat, who goes by Murderous Automaton, he's also amazing. He helped out on Woolly Mammoth and Bone Picker were two that he designed. And then my buddy Aiden Casserly, he came up with the original drawing and idea for Bone Picker, the Hyena Vulture hybrid, which I love. And then he did a bunch of other character design explorations for me too. So yeah, but Christopher Florks, he did that Windfang art. Irwin did Thudhorn and Chompbeak.
Yeah, you could tell that for sure.
Yeah. But I feel like they all work. Like once they all kind of got the design language, like seeing Flork's first pass on some character ideation, it was like insane. I'm like, dude, this doesn't look anything like this other stuff I'm doing. So we had to kind of like wrangle him in a bit. But once he got it, like that Stankhog is Christopher Flork also, which Aiden Casserly came up with the original idea. He had a different name back then, but Aiden came up with the skunk warthog combo.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's what I love. Like, again, like when you have a good team, it's not about like, I've worked in Georgia, I'm sure you have as well, not currently, but previously, like other bosses, they're like, no, you execute my vision, you know, not like no one else can have a say, you know, and I never like that. Sometimes artists will have a great idea. Sometimes my wife's best friend will have a great name idea, you know, just to me, it's all about like making sure the best stuff rises at the top, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
whoever's idea is best and gets to have it.
One would almost say the cream.
Oh yeah.
The cream, it rises to the top.
Turds always float, right? Is that what it is? Turds float. There we go.
I like the cream rises better.
Turds
Bug Boss is dope too.
These classes.
Yeah, Bug Boss will be fun. He'll be that's when I'm sure Chris will be like, no undercut. Like it'll have to be a lot more like traditional Ninja Turtle, like just sculpted surface detail, you know?
Yes, sir.
The bone guy.
It tells you no, come to me and I'll get it made.
Shots fired. Yeah.
Hey man, listen, if he's gonna get it made, more power to him. I don't like to drive myself crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are good. So is this line the way they're going to come out, or is this just like showing a bunch of them?
Showing a bunch of them. I think so far it feels like Woolly Mammoth and Berserker Bone Picker are definitely wave 2, but there some Bone Picker is like he's like my Mumra of this world in a way, you know, but more sympathetic.
Yeah.
So gotta make him. He doesn't make it onto a lot of people's list though. Like whenever I ask people what their favorites are, it feels like there's 4 that kind of always. I'm kind of looking at that stuff too, like, hey, George, what's your favorite? Diego, who's your favorite? Chris, who's your favorite? Like,
You know
Shaq,
what,
who's your
when
favorite?
when you see Bone Picker sculpted, it's going to change a lot of minds, because right now it's very flat and it doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not going to. It doesn't show you exactly. I could see like where that thing's going to go, and that thing's going to really jump out at you when it's sculpted.
Yeah, and he'll come with like I have for his little buddies, I have 2 bat guys named Spike and Ike, so they're gonna be his little buddies he comes with. So I think like that will help. He's also gonna be the first one to use magic, so maybe he would come with like sculpted effects you could just plug onto his like staff.
Oh,
You know, maybe. So
Make sure the little guys don't have long spindly arms like the first one.
I know that would be so cool.
Yeah. And then how many molds did it take?
We might have to shove his legs together or something. We can talk about that.
Okay.
But yeah.
As soon as I see that, I'm like,
Yep. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's my word with you, Chris. You're supposed to push back. Go. That's cool, but we gotta merge stuff together. You know?
Yeah.
I put on everything. Digital render, work in progress. Final might vary. So if we need to change the camel spider guy, we'll change him. You know, so long as he has his "come at me, bro" arms and he's holding a knife behind his back. That's just he's a little jerk. He's got to have the knife behind his back. He's a little jerk. He's a back step. I mean, look at this. Yeah, make me big. Make me big. Make big to me.
Sorry.
Come
Hold
on.
on a second.
Life.
Hold on. Let me get hands on you. I got to make you big. Hold on. There you go.
Come at me, bro. Back, his little knife. You know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Woo. So I'm fine if we have to like screw with the legs. I mean, obviously, like those can be pushed together or whatever, but like I feel like he has to have the 3 arms. You know what I mean?
Or we can make them very flexible, very soft.
Yeah,
We
we can
just
do
made
that.
it a bunch of parts and glued together. It's fine.
Or what George
That
said.
little guy takes up this much tooling.
Yeah.
I can't see you, Chris. Is it this much tooling? This much tooling? This
I
much
prefer-
tooling?
Right now, he takes up this much tooling. I prefer he takes up this much tooling.
I can't see you, Chris. I'm all by myself. I have all this room for activity in my room. I feel weird. I'm all alone.
Enough of that.
Guys.
None of that nonsense.
Yeah. Chris, who was your favorite in the batch? I feel like you didn't.
Oh, I can't pick a favorite. I like them all.
Wow, you're not a father. I get it. Yeah. Good safe answer. Yeah.
I love all my children equally.
Except for that one.
And they know who they are. And they
Yeah.
know who they are.
I know.
They know every day. They know.
Do you guys, George, do you have like a favorite animal you would love to see incorporated into MONSTORS? You were like, dude, why is there not a turtle yet?
Dung beetle.
I have a dung beetle design actually. It's more of a rhino. Yeah.
Rhino stag beetle.
But don't dung beetles also have the horn?
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're always walking backwards with their ass in the air.
Yep, they are. But you, Diego, you got a favorite animal? You feel like, oh, dude, you need a macaw.
You know what? A crow would be pretty cool.
Ooh, a crow would be cool.
Like a raven.
Yeah, I have him on my big list. I have like a mega list of like every visually cool thing I think exists, but crow raven. I've got white.
And octopus, dude.
Oh yeah, octopus is. Yeah, we had. I was thinking about doing a variant for Shamumu where it's just like an octopus, just like so it's kind of like Cthulhu, just like the dangling arms or like the head, but
Paper.
didn't do it. So octopus would be fun. That'd be fun to figure out how to make him like a buff brawler bro. Like would it be 2 of his arms spun together?
Waiting on the walrus bear.
No, he just had like tentacle fingers and like a fist.
Wait, the walrus bear with what is that? Waiting on the walrus bear with tickle fingers.
Don't ask.
Is that from something? Is that like
It's from someone who is a complete nut and we love him to death.
What does it say?
Bloodhorn Berserker Shamumu top 3 waiting on the walrus bear with tickle fingers.
Yeah.
See, George is part of a tickle
Foxtopus.
a tickle fight, so there's tickle fingers.
was George in that documentary Tickled and they just cut all the scenes out? Were you
These
one
guys
of those?
these guys don't know about that. Is it for fun? Yeah, that tickle documentary is something else.
Don't say anything else. Just tell them it's a documentary about that. A panda or use Manowar. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, Panda's on the list for sure. I had a Manowar too. Just like some of those is like, what do you mix these with?
Yeah.
What's that thing that killed Steve Irwin?
Stingray.
Stingray.
Definitely.
Yeah, isn't that what Ray Fillet? Isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just go back and steal all the Ninja Turtle designs.
So that's why I haven't purposely done a turtle yet. I just want it to feel like separated from being too compared. Even though Shamumu was my first one ever, and Milo was like, "Oh, Street Sharks." I'm like, kinda. Sting Cobra, bam, fixed it. No, like, longer. And then I need a furry one. Oh, I need a thing with wings. I'm trying to like make sure it's like spread out, not just.
There's got to be some sort of a gorilla, ape, monkey type thing.
Oh,
in there
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, we had a gorilla too. Are the Keshi monsters and the blue Kickstarter and green variant the only Kickstarter exclusive? So the Keshi ones aren't exclusive. They just haven't been put on Big Bad yet. I'm actually owe Joel some stuff, so the Keshi ones are going to go on Big Bad as well. But yeah, the clear blue and green, and then the eventual unlock Bulltooth Van Nom Nom, those are going to be Kickstarter only. When I say Kickstarter only, I mean you're not going to see those on any other websites.
What about BackerKit? Can I get it on BackerKit?
Yeah, BackerKit will be fine. Probably.
So
because it's still Kickstarter. It's the backer part.
like a loose
you know?
word. kind of like all in. It's like a loose term that you use.
You know what? All in to a point. Right? All in ish. You know?
Oh, there we go. All in-ish.
I think it's more and more firm the more you add to it. It's like all in, all in, all in, all in. You know, different stages. For flexing arm, that's what I meant about that. You know,
my bodyguard here had a good suggestion of like a cat character, like not necessarily like a tiger or something, but like a cat,
Like a house cat.
like a house cat.
A cat and a praying mantis mix.
A cat and a praying mantis mixed together.
cat and a praying. I don't know about that, man. Like, what?
Just put it on the list. We'll think about it.
Cat praying man, a cat mantis, a manta cat, manticore, manta cat.
Oh,
I don't know.
We're
So we have a manticore. He's not in that lineup, but I wanted him to be. So it's a lion. He's got big old dragon wings. So it's like a lion lizard guy, and he's supposed to be like the apocalypse of this world, like from X-Men, where he views himself as a god. He's just like an older monstor. So, and he has a cool big ass mace thing. But
Are you like making a comic book for this thing and like the whole world?
So I have a cartoon show outline already. I might have jumped quite ahead on this thing. I just toy commercial. I'm working with a buddy actually right now on like a animated show intro kind of a thing. And it's gonna be he does like not full, he can do full animation, but he does these like really cool, like more like an animatic where it's like partial animation, things pop, 3D backgrounds.
Yeah,
he's amazing. Ivan's Crazy Corner. If anyone wants to see something amazing, go to YouTube. Ivan's Crazy Corner. He's from Bulgaria. He has the most amazing voice. Hello, I'm Ivan. This is my crazy corner. I will do things. And he does this awesome. He makes himself an anime character. He tells stories. He's funny as hell. And he animates these things. And then he does like a kind of a talk through, not tutorial, but like he explains how he did it a bit at the end. It's random. Like he did one about his parents were visiting and how they went to this water theme park, and he animated this whole bit about his dad going down the water slide. Yes, this one. Ivan's Crazy Corner. So I'm working with him on an intro thing. He did all this. It's 100% him. Draws, animates it. It's his voice. And it's hilarious. I don't normally over push things. This is one I'm going to over push because I can't state how awesome it is enough. Just click on the intro. Watch like a few seconds of the intro. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello. It is I, Ivan. You don't know me, but trust me, it's me. Or is it? It's me. Yeah, let's just go with it. So, Ivan, me, and this is my show. Yeah, this is the very first video transmission on this Studio recording video library thingy. And boy, is it amazing. Just look at me, overflowing with excitement. Anyway, this first transmission is to introduce myself. I am a draw person. I draw, paint, and whatever.
That's awesome. That makes me want to watch the rest. So.
Yeah. You cut it right before he starts twerking. Because
well, they're gonna have to look it up and watch it themselves.
You gotta go
Ivan's Crazy Corner. Yeah, no, he's awesome. So
I just subscribed, so I'll be watching that stuff later.
Yeah, so he's doing something kind of like that for MONSTORS. We made like a 40-second intro, so it's kind of like expanding on the idea of the toy commercial.
Yeah,
and he gave me like we're on like a third rough thing, so I'm hoping that'll be done.
He just got 4 subs in the last minute.
Nice.
Went from 48 to 52, 248 to 252. You, me, and 2 other people.
Dude, he's been doing those like once a month, which is pretty awesome considering it's like does everything just from scratch. It's like he even like on one he's like talks about how he did like 3D, incorporating 3D and 2D. Now he's never done it before. He just wings it. He just I'll figure it out. I'll go in a blender, make this thing. Camera, they'll just draw over it every frame until it's done. And it's like, what the hell?
That's
so
crazy. Yeah.
So I've been involved also.
Cool.
I only work with the best. And Chris.
Hey. Oh, man. my involvement, my desire, just went down.
Well, speaking of going down, I gotta go.
Yeah, whoa.
5:30.
He has a hard out at 5.
You're cutting into my 5 o'clock leaving time.
You know what, George? If you just put in a couple extra hours of overtime,
Salary, baby. It doesn't work like that.
I was gonna say,
Salary.
That's how they get you.
All right, Dave. Well, we will keep an eye out watching the Kickstarter. We got 7 days to go.
We gained a couple bucks since we were on.
nice. Yeah, I think we're like when we got on, I think we're like $8,500 away from that first stretch goal. So let's get there. And it's also weird, like there's 1,000 people signed up to get notifications, and only 480 have done it. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that, like with your Kickstarter, it's like, oh, a lot of people wait till the last second, then they all get FOMO.
Dave, yeah, your last
the last 4 days is like the last 2
2 days is when you're going to see the last day, especially. It'll just be like you could probably do a lot of times. You could do as much as you did for the entire campaign on that last day. Just depends, but.
So get more stretch goals ready. Let's do it. Let's get.
It's always good to end it on a Thursday, the day before people get paid. That was good. That was smart.
You know what? I gave you 3 whole paydays. I gave you 3 out of 4 paydays, and you're just like, oh,
2 weeks.
I'm George Gaspar. You could probably just like shake out your beard and fall out.
just toothpicks.
And a squirrel, some Cheeto dust. You could go outside with a cup and just like, hey, my buddy has this awesome Kickstarter. Yeah,
take your hat off.
I will share your post from now until the end.
There you go.
Trying to get you more followers.
Yeah, and thank you guys for having me on. The Instagram, which is the thing I'm mostly on, is at the MONSTORS, because I'm already had MONSTORS, which sucks. So it's that on Instagram and Facebook. And those are like the main. Twitter, I don't use. I'm bad at Twitter. So it's a landing page on there. And then the Kickstarter's linked directly through that stuff. And it's fun, like I try to make all the stuff fun, the stuff you're buying fun. The written descriptions are fun. The toy commercials fun. The talking head video, in case you're like, tell me more about this project. There wasn't enough here. Watch the talking head. No, it's at the MONSTORS. Thanks.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You screwed up. I just said it. It's
what?
The
really did
MONSTORS.
Because MONSTORS was already taken. How bummed he was, and then you rubbed it in his face.
I'm just seeing things paying attention. I'm glad, Dave. I'm glad you're paying attention.
No, I was watching. I was looking for the comments. I like answering questions. And then, if anyone has ideas or questions or anything, just I'm the person answering all the messages on there on Instagram. That's me. I don't have help. I only have Chris to help me with production because I don't know how to do that.
Good luck
I
with
know how
that.
to answer emails. I know how to answer messages. I know how to make graphics in Photoshop, so I make all the graphics. I wake up every morning and go, oh, I need to make a post. Photoshop.
That's how you use Photoshop?
Yeah. ZBrush.
I ZBrush. I'm a stand-up comedian. Not. I should be.
All right, I'm leaving.
All right.
Thank you for joining us.
Diego, great to bond with you. Whichever. Oh, we have to go up and down. Like, there we go.
The tips have touched.
It's nice meeting you, dude, talking with you. I'm super stoked about this toy line, and
thanks, man.
I hope it goes on till all those figures are made and more.
Thanks, man. That's why I want them smaller too. Get too big, they can't have them all. So I want people to have them all. Yeah. And thanks, Diego's bodyguard in the background, muscle guy. I didn't want to see your head. I like that. It was kind of like Charlie or you just ruined it for me. God. No, but thank you guys for having me on. Let me hog the air for a little bit. And Chris, we'll be talking soon about China and updates and production and cost and units and colors.
Look at that. Mythic Dolphin just back.
Mythic Dolphin? Dude. All right. So I might have ZBrushed a dolphin head for a potential swap out for Shamumu.
No, you just did it right now for Mythic Dolphin.
Look at
That's
how
how.
much it went up. We're at 122 now. We are getting backers left and right here.
Oh, thank you guys. You get a knife. You get a free knife. You get a knife. Wait, that's at 140,000. Once we get to 140,000, there's going to be some free knives. We're going to give free knives to kids and see what happens.
Hey, are you on 3 POA tonight?
I am. Yeah.
All right, good luck. Have fun.
Thanks.
Well, it won't be as good as this show, but go for it.
I'm willing to talk to anyone who will let me yell at their audience. You know? So,
No,
thank you guys. Seriously,
we're fans of all toy shows out there.
We are. We're totally. But this is the best show, so it's only downhill from here.
well, it's not a show; it's a podcast.
That's right. It's a podcast.
Never heard of it.
Okay. All right, Dave. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. High fives.
We'll talk to you next week. All right. Bye.
Bye.